Jono, a bitterly disappointing afternoon, a 3-0 loss to playoff chasing Gloucester. Just your take on this afternoon's defeat?
Well, obviously, bitterly disappointed. All the boys in there are absolutely gutted as well. I think we didn't really show up today. I think it was a bit of a scrappy game to start with, and then, you know, we talked before the game about their two main threats, which one was Mikhail and one is the striker, number 45, and who scored 6 and 6, I think. We said keep them quiet, you've got a chance to win the game. I think without playing well, you know, with the ball, you know, we looked okay, we looked fine, even though the game wasn't very good, to be honest with you. And then Mikhail picks it up near our dugout and skips around 2 or 3 players and puts it in the bottom corner. Which we told the boys before the game that he's all left-footed. You know, he jinks both ways, likes to come inside on his left foot. And in hindsight, probably one of the players should have took him out near the dugout and give a yellow card. But he's got that little bit of quality, and he's hurt us today. So I think the goal goes in on the 43rd minute, just before half-time, which kills us a little bit. So we try and change shape. We go to 4-3-3 to try and get back in the game. Start of the second half was very similar, you know, a little bit scrappy. They frustrate you, you know, with taking the time and, you know, slowing things down with the keeper, and, you know, if they get a little knock, they roll around on the pitch, which breaks up play and that. And then, you know, 10-15 minutes into the second half, you know, they get a deflection free kick, which is unlucky. You can't really help that, you know. It's hit one of our lads on the side of the head and gone in the middle of the goal. Crackers is obviously going to try and save it, and you're 2-0 down, so, you know, you try and chase the game. We change again to 4-2-4 kind of thing to try and get back in the game, and then the killers, you know, just before the end of the game with the final goal, which was terrible defending by us. You know, we don't track the runner and he slots it in, and it looks like we've been battered 3-0. Yeah, they had a little spell every now and again, but I think it was to our doing, really. I think we didn't really turn up. Out possession, we weren't aggressive enough. We didn't probably run as hard as we normally do, and in possession we didn't really show much quality. I don't think we had a shot at goal, to be honest with you, so that's disappointing as well. But just said to the players in there, listen, you know, we've had some bad times last year, you know what I mean, losing games heavily, and we've always had a reaction, so now we need a reaction. You know, there's a lot to play for. I think we're still 5th in the league, even though they've closed the gap a little bit. We've got a game in hand on them, so we just need to stick together as a group, keep doing what we believe in. Yeah, we've had a bad first half last week against Kings Lynn, even though the second half was very good, and today we haven't really performed for the full 90 minutes, so we need to get back to what we do best, which is, as a team, work our socks off, you know, out of possession, obviously be better on the ball going forward, create more chances, and you know, try and put things right next week.
How important is it that you bounce back against Chester? Because of course, a tough place to go and to get a win, and obviously with the chasing pack cutting the gap, you know, there's a real opportunity that if you don't win against Chester, you could find yourself outside the playoff places. Yeah,
well, listen, it's a good pressure to have. I think, you know, a lot of people were saying we're a relegation favourite, so, you know, it's not a bad pressure. It's miles worse being at the bottom end of the table. So I said to the players before the game, it is pressure, but it's a positive pressure. We'll be challenging the players to obviously put a better performance in first and foremost, and hopefully that, if we can do that, the result will take care of itself. But we know it's going to be a tough game. Chester away, they're flying. You know, they've got some good players in the attacking half, which can cause problems. But, you know, we'll have a good training session Tuesday, Thursday. Try and pick the boys up a little bit, because there's a lot of deflated lads in there, and you know, we'll try and put a good performance on, and which can get us a good result. But we know it's not going to be easy. We're playing against a good team who's been in this, you know, league for a while, and I think if we can make the performance level better, we've got a better chance.
And just finally, you welcome back Will Thornton to the starting 11 this afternoon. You must have been happy to see such an influential figure like Will back after injury, and to get through a full 90 again must be really pleasing.
Yeah, it's always good to have players back. You know, Will's been a massive part of it since I've been in, so it's good that he's got through another 90 minutes, and I think that's 2 90 minutes in a week, and you know, it's always good to have as many players fully fit, so yeah, delighted for him. Don't think we've got any knocks from today, so hopefully, you know, we can have a good training session Tuesday, Thursday, and really prepare for next Saturday, because, you know, we've got 9 massive games coming up. The boys really want to stay in the playoffs. I think they deserve it. I think they work their socks off all year. Yeah, you're going to have bad performances. Today was a bad performance, but the best teams react, so we need a reaction for next week, and like I said, if we can get the performance right, hopefully that'll take care of the result.